Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and we're going to talk about the modern anime. It's a pretty current anime. It's on right now. It's called Blue Lock, and it is a phenomenal anime about soccer, and I highly recommend it. And it is so good that it has it is an extremely good anime. But it has very powerful lessons, I think, that need to be considered for Dragon Masters in Dungeons & Dragons. All right, so first of all, Dragon Masters. That is a Dungeons & Dragons player. I don't use the word player because Dungeon Master, they control the whole world. They control everything but the player characters. And then we were like, oh, and you're just playing around, you players, right? It's dismissive. It's ridiculous. It is, it's offensive. It's an offensive term. I don't like to use player. So I say Dragon Master. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about Dragon Masters and modern Dungeons & Dragons. So first of all, Legacy Dungeons & Dragons is what happened for the last 50 years, right? And what did happen for the last 50 years? Not a lot. So that we did everything wrong. We did everything wrong with Dungeons & Dragons. We treated it like a game. That was a problem. We need to take it extremely serious and realize what it is. It's a human improvement engine, in my humble opinion. It was built by Gary Gygax to improve, grow, and transform individual humans. And by extension, they will then improve, grow, and transform our society. All right, so it really is. It was built to fix. It was built to improve, grow, and transform humanity, not fix. We don't need to be fixed. You can leave that to the couch scribblers, right? Pay $200 to ask them a question and get answered by a question, and see if they fix you. We'll see. Kind of the way you would fix a dog, or a cat. Okay, I don't know. I think the word "fix" there is Anyway, all right, let's keep going. So one of the things we did wrong with Dungeons & Dragons for the first. Here's another thing we did wrong with Dungeons & Dragons the first year. We played it with our friends. Now this is a extremely deep, and we don't know anything. Like, if you ask a regular Dungeon Master and a regular Dragon Master right now, what's going on with Dungeons & Dragons? We get together every week with my friends and I have fun. Wrong. All that's wrong. All that's wrong. Dungeons & Dragons isn't for fun. We participate in we do Dungeons & Dragons for purpose, right? And we can improve, grow, and transform ourselves, right? And it's powerful, right? We're not there for fun. And once you realize that Dungeons & Dragons ain't about fun, right? Fun, now, I want to be clear. I think fun happens when different rocks hit each other and sparks fly off. Unfortunately, you cannot get rid of. I think good Dungeon Masters and Dragon Masters cannot get rid of fun, but you should be trying to. It'll still show up, right? I want that to be clear. And actually, the best fun shows up when you're not trying to seek it, when you don't think that's the point, right? Like, people have fun when they labor, right? Like, there's all kind, and that's the best fun. Okay, all right, let's get all the way there. So the other one is friends. We're playing with our friends. It's a mistake. It's a mistake, right? Every Dungeon Master, every Dragon Master should be trying to tell the most powerful narrative they can. The most powerful shared narrative that they can. Sharing that narrative with the Dungeon Master, sharing it with every other Dragon Master, and sharing it with Fate itself through the Math Rocks, okay? All right, so we need to abandon playing with friends, okay? And the reason why is Blue Lock. So Blue Lock is about soccer. And the entire point of the show is it looks at the striker position. The position that is in the soccer position that scores the most. Okay, Messi's position, right? The one who is going to go to get points on the board, right? To score. And the show says you need to embrace selfishness. You need to be an egoist. You need to believe in yourself and no one else. And you need to take the ball all the time to put it in the goal, and you need to show outrageous selfishness, and you need to show a dismissiveness for your team. Only the most outlandish egoists will succeed, right? And it's saying, I believe in myself, and the team can kick rocks. They're nothing. I am everything, right? And the whole show is built around this concept, saying selfishness wins, selflessness loses. This is fascinating, and this is countercultural, right? But we spent 50 years doing nothing with Dungeons and Dragons, right? Let's spend the first 50 years transforming. Let's spend the next 50 years forming the world. And I think that means we have to really seriously look at what is happening in Blue Lock, right? And say, okay, what's Blue Lock really saying here, right? What Blue Lock is really saying, it's pretty profound. This is pretty profound, right? And what Blue Lock is really saying is, hey, we got this situation where you need to dial in and worry about yourself, right? And the rest, and the people, and we have not talked about this. Not every Dragon Master at the table is equal. One of them is Michael Jordan, and one of them is Scottie Pippen, a scrub, right? One of them is a champion, and one of them is a scrub, right? And that's the point. Are you the champion or are you the scrub? And if you're the scrub, Scottie Pippen was important. He showed up, he put his shoes on, and he did the best he could to pass the ball to Michael Jordan, right? But he's a scrub who passes the ball. And we haven't gotten there. We haven't gotten there in Dungeons and Dragons. We haven't gotten to the point where everybody at the table says, no, that's the Michael Jordan at this table. I'm here to facilitate the power of his narrative or her narrative. Do you understand that? Right? We are not doing Dungeons and Dragons right. And I think Blue Lock points to a better model, right? And it is completely countercultural, right? And if we go there, it's going to be painful because people are not used to this, right? And there's going to be a lot of people hurt, I think, at first, because they're not going to understand what's happening, right? And Blue Lock shows this. Now, hurt mentally and emotionally, not physically. But I think we really need to go down this road. I really, really think we need to go down this road, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. Get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.